What if I told you that the secret to youthful energy, sharp memory, and a heart that pumps as strongly as it did 20 years ago wasn't hidden in a high-priced supplement or a complex medical procedure, but inside a simple piece of fruit that most people walk right past in the grocery store? I know, it sounds like one of those overhyped wellness claims that clutter your social media feed. But I am not talking about a fleeting trend. I am talking about a specific, nutrient-dense powerhouse that a brand new wave of clinical research, some of it published just months ago in early 2026, is identifying as a biological essential for the aging body. Most seniors are familiar with this fruit, but almost none of them are eating it at the right time or in the right way to unlock its true medicinal potential. By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly which fruit is being hailed by longevity experts as the gold standard for seniors, the specific morning window where it does the most damage to inflammation, and most importantly, how the latest science suggests it can literally clean your arteries and fuel your brain cells years before chronic issues set in. So stick with me. This one matters for your quality of life. Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, this is the place where I dig into the real science behind aging, circulation, and longevity, without the hype, without the scare tactics, and without trying to sell you a miracle cure. Today we are tackling something that genuinely surprised me when I started looking into the latest nutritional data sets. In the United States alone, over 70% of seniors suffer from some form of restricted circulation or metabolic slowdown. Despite the billions of dollars spent on cardiovascular medications, the numbers continue to climb. But here is what is changing. Over the last few years, and especially in the last 12 months, researchers have pivoted away from generalized nutrition and toward targeted functional foods. They are finding that one specific fruit, when eaten as the first solid food of the day, triggers a biological cascade that most other breakfast foods, even the healthy ones like oatmeal or toast, simply cannot match. Let me walk you through why this matters so much for you right now. First, I need to explain something that still blows my mind every time I see the microscopy. Your body undergoes a massive physiological shift between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. When you wake up, your cortisol levels are at their peak. Your blood is naturally thicker, and your digestive system is essentially a clean slate waiting for instructions. For a senior, this morning window is the most dangerous time for the heart, but it is also the most opportunistic time for nutrition. This is where the fruit we are talking about today comes into play, the pomegranate. Now, before you think, "Oh, I've heard of that," or "That's too hard to peel," hold on. The latest 2026 research from the Longevity Institute is showing that the pomegranate contains a unique molecule that no other fruit on Earth possesses in such high concentrations. It is called punicalagin, and its effect on the aging body is nothing short of revolutionary. To understand why the pomegranate is the one fruit seniors should eat every morning, we have to look at the three biggest thieves of senior health: systemic inflammation, arterial stiffness, and mitochondrial decay. As we age, our cells lose their ability to clean themselves. Think of it like a kitchen where the trash hasn't been taken out in weeks. This cellular waste builds up, leading to the brain fog and heavy limbs so many people over 60 describe as just getting old. But it isn't just aging, it is a lack of the right cleaning agents. The punicalagins in pomegranates are the ultimate cleaning crew. When they enter your system, they break down into a metabolite called urolithin A. A landmark study published just recently found that urolithin A is one of the only known substances that can trigger mitophagy, the process where your body identifies old broken mitochondria and replaces them with brand new, energy-producing ones. This is literally like putting a new engine in an old car. When you eat this fruit in the morning, you are essentially telling your body to start its daily maintenance early. Now let's talk about the heart and circulation, which I know is a top priority for many of you. As we age, our arteries tend to lose their elasticity, a condition called atherosclerosis. It is often a silent process, but it is the primary driver of high blood pressure and fatigue. Researchers at the University of Naples recently conducted a trial focusing on seniors with carotid artery stenosis. They found that daily consumption of the specific polyphenols found in pomegranates reduced the thickness of the arterial walls by up to 30% over the course of a year. No other fruit has demonstrated this level of arterial scrubbing power. The reason it works so well in the morning is that it helps counter the natural morning spike in blood pressure by stimulating the production of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up. By starting your day with pomegranate, you are giving your circulatory system a hall pass to flow freely, which means more oxygen to your brain and less strain on your heart. But why the fruit, and not just a juice or a pill? This is a crucial distinction. When you eat the actual seeds, the arils, you're getting a complex matrix of fiber and seed oils that slow down the absorption of the natural sugars. This prevents the insulin spike that many seniors experience with other fruits like bananas or grapes. Furthermore, the fiber in the pomegranate arils acts as a prebiotic for your gut microbiome. As we discussed in our previous research, a healthy gut is the gateway to a healthy brain. The specific fiber in pomegranates feeds the bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, which go on to protect your brain's blood-brain barrier. This is why people who eat pomegranate regularly often report a lifting of the midday mental fog. It is a dual-action benefit: energy for the body and protection for the brain. I want to touch on something that often gets overlooked in senior nutrition: joint health and mobility. Chronic inflammation is the enemy of movement. The bioactive compounds in pomegranates have been shown in laboratory settings to inhibit the enzymes that break down cartilage. If you wake up with stiff fingers or a sore back, the standard advice is often take an aspirin. But the science suggests that the anthocyanins in this fruit act as a natural, low-dose anti-inflammatory that doesn't have the stomach-irritating side effects of over-the-counter pills. By making this your morning ritual, you are effectively greasing the joints from the inside out. It is about building a cumulative effect. One morning of pomegranate won't fix a decade of joint pain, but 3 months of this ritual can fundamentally change your inflammatory profile. To take this a step further, we need to address the inflammaging phenomenon. This is a term scientists use to describe the low-grade chronic inflammation that bubbles under the surface as we cross the threshold of 60. It's like a pilot light that never goes out, slowly singing the edges of your DNA. The unique L-glutanins in pomegranates specifically target the NF-κB pathway, the master switch for inflammation in the human body. When you consume these arils on an empty stomach in the morning, these compounds hit that switch before your body has a chance to generate the typical oxidative stress that comes with the day's activities. Think of it as an internal armor. We've seen in recent 2026 data that seniors who maintain this armor show significantly lower levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker for heart disease and stroke. It's not just about feeling better, it's about changing the very chemistry of your blood. So, how do you actually implement this without it becoming a chore? Many seniors tell me they avoid pomegranates because they are messy or difficult. But here is the professional hack for the high-performance senior. Buy the arils pre-extracted or use the water bowl method to de-seed them once a week. You only need about half a cup. The best way to eat them is either plain or mixed into a small bowl of Greek yogurt. The fats in the yogurt actually help your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins found in the pomegranate seeds. This combination provides protein, probiotics, and the most powerful antioxidants on the planet, all before 9 a.m. If you are someone who struggles with morning energy, this is far more effective than a second cup of coffee, which only provides a temporary nervous system stimulant. The pomegranate provides actual cellular fuel. Let's look at the memory protection aspect, because this is where the 2026 data is most exciting. There is a specific gene expression called heme-oxygenase 1 that protects brain cells from oxidative stress. As we age, this expression can weaken. Recent clinical trials involving adults aged 65 to 85 showed that those who incorporated pomegranate into their daily routine performed significantly better on memory retention tests than the control group. The researchers believe this is due to the fruit's ability to reduce neuroinflammation. Imagine your brain cells are like delicate electronics. Inflammation is like heat. It wears them out. Pomegranate acts as a cooling system. For a senior, preserving every bit of cognitive real estate is the goal, and this fruit is one of the most effective tools we have found to do just that. Beyond just memory, we have to talk about executive function, the ability to plan, focus, and multitask. Many seniors feel that their processing speed has slowed down. They can't find their keys as fast, or they struggle to follow complex conversations in loud rooms. The polyphenols in our morning fruit are now being linked to increased cerebral blood flow. By relaxing the microcapillaries that feed the prefrontal cortex, pomegranates ensure that your brain isn't just surviving, but thriving on a steady stream of glucose and oxygen. This is vital because the brain, despite being only 2% of your body weight, consumes 20% of your energy. If the pipes are clogged or stiff, the computer slows down. We are seeing that daily pomegranate intake is like upgrading your brain's broadband connection. I also want to address a common concern: sugar. Many of you have been told to watch your fruit intake because of diabetes or insulin resistance. This is where the pomegranate wins again. It has a glycemic index that is significantly lower than many common breakfast fruits. Because the sugar is wrapped in such a high concentration of tannins and fiber, it doesn't hit your bloodstream all at once. In fact, some studies suggest that pomegranate may actually improve insulin sensitivity over time. It is a smart fruit. It provides the sweetness your palate craves, but provides the metabolic breaks your body needs. Moreover, let's talk about your vision. This is a topic I get asked about constantly. Macular degeneration and cataracts are often viewed as inevitable. However, the same anthocyanins that give the pomegranate its deep blood-red color are also highly concentrated in the retinal tissues of people who consume them regularly. These pigments act as internal sunglasses, filtering out harmful blue light and neutralizing the free radicals that cloud the lens of the eye. Protecting your sight is one of the greatest gifts you can give your future self, and the 2026 research is making it clear that the eyes and the gut are linked through these specific plant nutrients. Now, why should you eat this every morning? Why not just once a week? The answer lies in the half-life of these compounds. The urolithin, we talked about, the mitochondria cleaner, stays active in your system for about 18 to 24 hours. To maintain that cleaning process and keep your mitochondria in a state of constant renewal, you need a daily dose. It is a biological maintenance schedule. If you only brush your teeth once a week, it doesn't do much. The same logic applies to your internal health. Consistency is the only way to achieve the arterial softening and brain-protecting benefits documented in the studies. Consider the impact on your sleep quality as well. You might wonder what a fruit eaten at 7 a.m. has to do with how you sleep at 10 p.m. The answer is magnesium and potassium, both found in generous amounts in pomegranates. These minerals help regulate the autonomic nervous system. By reducing the stress load on your heart during the day, you prevent the late-night cortisol spikes that keep many seniors tossing and turning. A calm heart during the day leads to a calm mind at night. This is the holistic nature of longevity science. Everything is connected. I want to zoom out for a second because this isn't just about one fruit. It's about a shift in how we view the third act of life. For too long, we've been told that aging is a one-way street of decline, that we should just expect to be tired, forgetful, and stiff. But the emerging science of gerontoscience tells us that the rate at which we age is highly modifiable. We have more control than we've ever been led to believe. When you choose a pomegranate over a sugary cereal or a plain bagel, you aren't just eating breakfast. You are making a clinical intervention in your own biology. You are choosing to be the person who is still hiking, traveling, and playing with grandkids well into your 80s and 90s. Let's look at the skin too. While we focus a lot on internal organs, the skin is our largest organ and the most visible sign of aging. Pomegranate seed oil contains punicic acid, an omega-5 fatty acid that is incredibly rare in nature. It helps prevent photoaging and supports the production of collagen. Seniors who consume pomegranates regularly often notice a glow or a resilience to their skin that topical creams simply can't replicate. It is the ultimate beauty from within strategy. In 2026, we are moving away from the idea that we can fix everything with a lotion. We are realizing that the vibrancy of our skin is a direct reflection of the health of our microcirculation. I also want to mention a quick word of caution. Because pomegranates are so effective at lowering blood pressure and acting as a mild blood thinner, if you are already on heavy-duty heart medications or blood thinners like warfarin, please have a 5-minute conversation with your doctor before starting a daily therapeutic dose of this fruit. For most people, it's perfectly safe, but when food is this powerful, it has to be treated with the same respect as a prescription. If you are looking for other things to pair with your morning pomegranate, consider a few walnuts for omega-3s or a sprinkle of cinnamon to further stabilize blood sugar. This longevity bowl is a simple, practical habit that takes 5 minutes but pays dividends for years. The goal is to make healthy aging feel effortless, not like a second job. We want to use the most bang-for-your-buck foods available. Think about the cost-benefit analysis here. A daily half cup of pomegranate arils costs less than a single specialized longevity supplement pill, yet it provides thousands of bioactive compounds that no laboratory can perfectly replicate. Nature has had millions of years to perfect this formula. The pharmaceutical industry has only had decades. We are finding that the whole food matrix, the combination of the juice, the fiber, and the seed, is far more effective than any single isolated ingredient. I want to leave you with this thought. The food you eat today is the code that tells your body how to behave tomorrow. Are you sending the code for inflammation and decay, or are you sending the code for repair and energy? The pomegranate is one of the most sophisticated pieces of biological code we have. It's been revered for thousands of years in ancient medicine, and now in 2026, modern science is finally proving that the ancients were right. It is the king of fruits for a reason, and if you are a senior looking to reclaim your vitality, it belongs on your table every single morning. This research represents a beautiful intersection between nature and technology. We are now able to see exactly how these plant molecules interact with our DNA, and the results are empowering. It gives us agency. It means that while we can't stop the clock, we can certainly change the way we experience the time we have. We can choose to be vibrant. We can choose to be clear-headed. It's about legacy, too. When you take care of your health, you are showing the next generation what is possible. You are proving that aging doesn't have to mean slowing down in the negative sense. It can mean ripening, like the fruit itself. It can mean becoming more concentrated in your wisdom and more robust in your presence. If this video helped you or gave you a new perspective on your morning routine, I'd genuinely appreciate it if you'd hit that like button. It helps this message reach more seniors who might be struggling with their health, and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive. I have more videos coming on natural ways to boost circulation, the best exercises for bone density, and the latest breakthroughs in aging science. I'd love to have you as part of this community. At the end, share your thoughts with me and take care of your body, and I'll see you in the next one.